All right, we are live. And I'll start sharing it around to the different rooms. But I'm live here with my man Chase Horne. They call him Big Mama.
That's
and,
right.
If you don't know, if you're in the wrestling world, you know. But if you don't know, 3-time Georgia State champion, 3-time knockout champion, who's #1 competitor, Super 32, 3-time Super 32 placer, 2-time runner-up, 1-time champ. And he's committed to NC State. And he's won a bunch of other shit too. But if I go through the whole list, it's too long. But man, what's up, dude?
Not much, man. How are you?
I feel like we see each other every week now.
Yeah, man. I know.
That's okay with me though.
I'm blessed.
Yeah. Hey, so I see you at the knockout, then I see you at the scuffle. Now I got you here.
That's right.
Man, last year when I had you on, you were only a 2-timer. You had only came up short again at Super 32.
Yeah.
And then you had just competed on who's #1. The Elite Eights were coming up. You were looking forward to wrestling Copus again. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on. Since then, another state title. Since then, you finally got that 32 belt. I think you got it right there with you, right?
That's right.
And boom, finally got it in the house. Right. And if you look at his sweatshirt, he's committed to NC State. He and one of his really, really good friends, Matthew Singletary.
Yeah, Singleton. There we go.
Singleton. Singleton.
Yeah.
I just saw him too with you. I did a little interview, but man, it's awesome. So it's been a good year.
For sure, man. It's been awesome. 2021 has been well to me. But yeah, so it's been good.
West Lorenz, you're at West Lorenz again. I know when we spoke last year, your plan initially was to be at Blair. Because of COVID and everything, it didn't work out. So you stayed home at West Lorenz. It turned out it worked out good for you.
Yeah, it worked out really well. Yes, sir. So
and you're there for your senior year. Man,
yes,
what from being stuck in COVID to now, what's it been like the last year?
It's been honestly pretty cool. I've had a lot of opportunities to grow. I think a big reason for that is Bryce Carr. He wrestled at UTC. He like Southern Scuffle. He got third his senior year. So he's a tough guy. So he's been in the room. He's been working with me a lot. He's been my main training partner for a while. He beats up on me all the time. So not much more you can ask for. And then kids like Noah Pettigrew are in the room who are really good kids.
He sucks.
Yeah. But he got third at Fargo this past year. So I mean, it's pretty cool to have people like that, in your room just to push you every day. So, it's been a really growing period for me through this past, year or so.
It's funny. I think last time we spoke, you snuck out of class, I think, and you were out in the field at school.
Oh, that was Noah.
Was that Noah or you?
That was Noah. Yeah. Yeah, he got out of class.
I remember. I'm like, "Are you at school right now?" Like, yeah, but I'm good.
Yeah, that's how he is. I love Noah though.
So man, Georgia is on a roll, man. You guys have been doing big things. I saw you guys at Spartan. I think it was Spartan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then were you guys in Daytona too? I think I saw you.
I don't know if I was. I'm sure there was some people there.
I think it was Spartan. And then you had the Elite Eights.
Yes, sir.
You guys won that.
Yes, sir.
Man, just been a heck. What do you we'll get into like committing to NC State and all that, but you've been a Georgia wrestler since you were a little guy. And I know, well, I guess talk about it. I mean, you and Singleton and a bunch of those Minion kids started at what was it? It was like a little juniors club or something that you guys.
Yeah, we started wrestling with each other when we were, I don't know, maybe like second grade. Just some good kids in Georgia, but I don't think anyone thought we'd be able to compete with some of the best guys in the country. But sure, I mean, maybe we got beat up here and there, but once we got to our middle school and where it started counting a little bit more when we got in 8th grade, we were competing with all the top guys, top middle school guys in the country. And like, I remember Flo came out with a big board of like top 50 8th graders, and Storm Center, which is the club I train at, we had 4 on the list, like just from our training center on the top 50 pound for pound list. So I mean, it's been pretty cool that, I mean, we were with those guys back then, not even counting the guys from all over Georgia that were on the list. But ever since then we've gone to high school tournaments and freshmen, even when we were freshmen, man, just we're placing in all these tournaments, and now it's our senior year. I mean, all of us are doing well, and most of us are winning, if not placing super high.
And all of you have committed. All of you.
Yeah, we're all committed. Yeah.
I remember the way I met you was I was at the knockout for the first time. I had started taking pictures from my show, and it was one of my first times actually getting out in public after COVID.
Right.
And I took a picture of like these 5 or 6 guys standing there at the side of one of the mats, and I posted it, and it got like 1 million views or some crazy number. And I'm like, who the hell are these guys? And it turned out, I don't remember exactly who they were. You'll have to share that, but I think every single one of you are now committed to college D1. I think all of you were like top 5 in your weight class.
Yeah.
And I took this picture, and next thing you know, it's going viral. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah. So I know what you're talking about. That was really funny. But I remember you telling me you didn't even know who we were, but that was funny. So I think in the picture it was me, Jackson Smith, who's now at Maryland, who's a stud, really good. He's redshirting this year, but he's gonna be something very special in the college. I think Caleb Hinson was in there. He's committed Virginia Tech, 1 Super 32 as well. One who's number 1, one Fargo, whatever you want. I mean, and then
one knockout.
Knockout for the 4th time. Cole Hunt was in there too. He's going to UNC. He won knockout again. But I think Cole Cochran was in there too. He got 2nd this year at knockout.
Yeah, everybody. And then I ended up, and I think Killick, right?
Oh yeah, Killick was in there too. Yeah.
And then I think I ended up having a bunch of you guys on one after the other, but
it
was pretty cool. And that's how we kind of met. And then I saw you again with RJ Weston. I just saw it. It was good to see RJ this past weekend.
Yeah.
He wrestled tough. Yeah, he did. I think he went 2-2 or something. But he looked good. He teched his first guy. A lot of Georgia kids were in the room at Scuffle competing. I mean, it was awesome. I just had Jackson DeSario on yesterday.
Yeah.
He's a Georgia hammer, right?
Yeah, he's a good dude. I love Jackson.
So, you and Singleton commit together to NC State, best friends, grew up together.
Sir.
What made that the right fit for you guys?
So I kind of knew right off the bat that NC State was the place for me. It kind of took a few more recruiting trips for Matthew, but just from the beginning, the culture there was something that's, I mean, you can't really express, but just the guys, they all were really good people, just always there. The coaches were, like I said, also really good people. And on top of that, they're a top 5 program in the country. So, and it's down south. So it's kind of got a more Southern feel to it. So that was it for me. I know Matthew he kind of committed this summer. He was real busy with wrestling, so he didn't get to take his visits. He had a lot on his schedule. So he finally took all his visits, sat down with his family, and he called me and said, "Hey man, I think I'm gonna join you." And then that was awesome.
It had to be a good moment for you because you guys been together so long. And congrats to him. Didn't he just win the Doc B this weekend?
Yeah, Doc B champ.
Yeah, man, that was
on a roll. Kids on a roll.
Yeah, and a tough kid that he wrestled in the 5. I think he's 1 and the other kid's 5 or something.
Yeah, top 5 kid. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had what a great opportunity for him to win that. So you're happy with your decision? You glad? Was there any other schools in the mix, or was your heart always set on the Wolfpack?
From the beginning, they were at the first day, it was kind of just like, oh man, all these colleges are calling me. This is awesome. And then, as it kind of get going, I was like, all right, I kind of know where I want to be. So it's been, from the start, it's been kind of up. It was up top on all my schools that I liked, but there was a lot of different coaches that I have a friendship with now. Just like when I see them, they talk to me, stuff like that, just because they were talking and they're really good people. So that's something that I can't give back to those people. They were just being really, really cool to me. So that's something that's pretty cool. But yeah, NC State was kind of ahead the whole time.
So, you guys come down to the knockout. It's a tournament down here that was started over at Osceola. It's grown to where the last 2 years it's been at the Osceola Park or Osceola Heritage Park, where we do states for Florida. First of all, what makes you guys enjoy coming down here year after year, and what level has it grown to?
Man, so freshman year, I was unfortunately not able to make it to the tournament. Our schedules, we were at a different tournament that we had to be at that weekend, some of those lines, so I couldn't make it for freshman year. Sophomore year was on the schedule, and something about team budget. I don't remember exactly the circumstances, but it was where it was like it was on schedule and they're like, hey man, I don't think we can go. And I was like, I'm gonna go. Like I'm getting a ride down there and I'm gonna go, because this is, there's not another tournament in the Southeast that's like it. If you're a good wrestler in the Southeast, you're at knockout. You know what I mean? So we got it worked out, and I think me and another wrestler were the only two that went. My dad just drove us there, and school paid the fee for the tournament, so we did that. And then the next year our whole team came, and they kind of our there's not a lot of people on our wrestling team that wrestle year round, except for maybe a handful of guys here and there. And I think there was 3 guys that made it to the second day of the tournament, and we were like, oh my gosh. And then I think my coach kind of realized that it was it was something that we need to be at, our guys.
And last year was your junior year. It was
right.
really, really good last year
very good.
Because of COVID, there was not much wrestling, so we got a ton of teams that came in.
Yeah.
And this year was the plan. You saw a lot of the kids that signed up and a lot of the people that were coming in, and then unfortunately, I know talking with Coach Reagan and talking with some other coaches, we lost probably 15, 20 kids that probably would have made the second day because of COVID.
Right.
And that was a shame. But yeah, what do you think this tournament? I know, unfortunately, you're going off. Fortunately for you, you're going off to college. We won't see you.
Right.
You may come visit and watch it, but what do you think it can grow to?
Man, this, last year we had a team from Oklahoma come all the way down, like not a bad team either, a team that's ranked top 20 in the nation, come down, and it was several nationally ranked kids come down, and it wasn't like they were just working everyone. They had a few guys win, I think, but it was something very, very special. I think it can, like you said, this is a really tough tournament, like nationally ranked matchups all throughout, but I think last year we had in the 3rd and 4th place match, we had like the number 8 kid in the country versus like the number 11, like for 3rd and 4th, like you don't really see that,
Well, we saw Henson and Killick again this year, right?
Right.
We saw the Crooks, and one of the Crooks wrestled. All 4 of them were nationally ranked, right? We had a Crook versus Haas, and we had a Crook versus Hokie. And I think all 4 of them are nationally ranked.
Right.
Is it 106 or 113? The kid that's really good, is it Craps?
Craps, yeah. He's 26.
26. Colquitt and Abden went at it, right? Or is that his name, Colquitt? Did I say that right?
Wait.
The one Henson's teammate that wrestled Abden at 160?
Yeah. Cole Cochran.
Cole Cochran and I mean,
Right.
the matchups were
Yeah, for sure. And actually,
you and Vergara, right? Was it you and Vergara in the
right,
finals?
right.
Vergara's a great kid.
Yeah,
And then he's committed as
right.
well. I think almost every kid in there was committed to D1.
Yeah, it was. I mean, even like some young guys are that you
It will be,
that you
yeah.
can't
Sawyer,
explain,
Craps, yeah.
but you can
Uh,
definitely know they're gonna.
the young man from the Ridge that he lost at 10, I think it was 10, no, 113 or 120. He's so good.
Mhm.
But he'll be committed somewhere. But
Right.
man, it was definitely a fun tournament. So I see you there, and then I'm walking into the Southern Scuffle, and
Right.
I hear Ward. I'm like, what the Ward? And I look up, and you're hanging over the banister.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, how good was that tournament? And then you get to call the tournament. You're calling the
Yeah.
match, and,
Yeah.
and
It was
I was
awesome.
talking to Jackson yesterday. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting there next to Big Mama, and he's like, is Jackson really getting assassin right? Like he's like, oh
Dude,
shit.
it was wild. That was honestly crazy.
Yeah.
But I gotta give we were talking about the crooks earlier. So funny story. I left my shoes down after this first day of knockout. It was the quarterfinals. I just got done. I took off my shoes, took off my headgear, set them down by the mat, and I don't remember what I was doing. I had to go get my bag or something with my shoes in it. When I came back, my shoes and headgear was not there. So I had to get a teammate's headgear. And I was like in warm-up, so looking at my bag, I was like, oh snap, my shoes are not in here. So Jesuit was warming up like right beside me. So I look and I was like, Crook, is there any way your heavyweight or something has an extra pair of shoes, or like he's out of tournament or something like that? And he goes, no, I don't think so, but you can try to fit in my shoes. And he's like a 10 and I'm like a 13. So I'm smushed in his little shoes. But shout out to the crook. I don't remember which one it was, Tom. I can tell them apart, but
Me
shout out.
neither.
Yeah, shout out to one of them. I can't remember. They're both. I feel bad because they're both such good dudes. But yeah, shout out. He let me borrow his shoes. They were very tight, but it worked out.
Did you sign them for him at the end?
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, man, those guys are great, and
Yeah.
and the Basiles and everybody, man.
Yeah.
Even the little brother Mason Basile. Unfortunately, I mean, he lost in the finals to Dallas
Russell.
Yeah, and it was a great match, and you can just see the future with those two kids,
For sure.
Mason and Dallas. And I got to meet his two older brothers, right? They were at the Scuffle, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I saw them there.
Good people. Good people.
Yeah, they said they're hoping Dallas is way better than both of them.
That's tall order. They're both pretty good.
Man, what'd you think of the Scuffle? Obviously, you've gone before, right?
No, this is actually my first time getting down there. So,
Oh, really? I thought maybe since you live close, you kind of. So
no, it was like a scare. So I was like, got my dad.
So at heavyweight,
right,
man, what'd you think of the kid from the Air Force?
dude, that kid's very, very fast. I think he's very good. I think he's definitely. I don't think he All-American last year, but I think this year he's definitely going to be in the All-American, range. I think he's really put it on. He made the junior world team this summer. So kids, I think it's Wyatt Hendrickson. He's tough. He's tough.
Man, I mean, like he was super ducking, single legging, like ankle.
Yeah.
Like if he was a little guy.
Yeah. He's tough for sure.
And then I really like the heavyweight from Citadel, McAlevey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had some good wins.
For sure.
Who was the big guy from Iowa with like the crew cut?
Oh, Costello, I think was the name. He's a backup. He's behind Cassiope. He's tough.
Yeah, he made a run to, was it the semis?
I think so.
Or was he in the finals against? I think he was in the finals against semis or final.
I think it was semis.
Yeah, because the dude with the who was the orange? He was like in an orange jersey.
Cornell kid.
Yeah, there was but the Cornell kid wrestled another kid in the finals.
The Cornell kid lost to the Air Force guy in the finals.
Yeah, but the Cornell kid, man, he was a beast too. I think
Yeah, for sure.
everybody happened to
tough.
run into Wyatt that day.
Right.
And,
Right.
what'd you think of the tournament? It was my first experience too. Shout out to Southern Scuffle, Bud Henry,
Yeah.
the crew at UTC. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Wow, some matchups were amazing.
Yeah, that was really, I mean, it was really cool. And just to think, like, a lot of teams, like I think UNC, I think NC State has supposed to bring a few more people. Like a lot of teams just pulled out because of COVID, you know. So, and just to think, like, man, this could have been an even better tournament than it was. But like, it was some amazing matchups. It was really cool. I love the UTC staff with the Rochelle's and Hunter Gamble. They're all great people. And then Sean Russell at the RTC. So they're all really good people. I knew they put on something pretty cool.
Hoping to see you there next year, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. It should be.
I mean, how about a true freshman in Ayala?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Making the run he made. I mean, I think he knocked off number 3, number 5 on the way, and he was on his back in that one match and came all the way back.
Yeah.
The whole place erupted when he turned that match around.
Mm-hmm.
I could keep going. I mean, how about the run Chittum to quarters and he's a high school kid. He makes the quarters.
Yeah.
He runs into
Fine Silver.
Fine Silver just an animal, right?
Yeah. Gets tough.
And Chittum ends up breaking his toe or spraining his toe or something. He's out. But I would have liked to see him healthy after that match to see what kind of run he made on the backside, you know?
Me too, for sure.
See a high school kid like that. Now we're going to see another high school kid at a tournament. Is it Mason? Or who's the kid up at McCourt that's a senior? His last name Gibson?
Oh, Eric Gibson.
Yeah, one of them. I think we're going to see them. He's getting into a college tournament.
Oh, really? Yeah, that should be pretty interesting. He's a good kid too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess would it be different? Like, I mean, I'm sure you could have wrestled in that tournament, but is it a little different at the bigger weights?
It's so I think Chittum isn't like under a school. So like once the school season is started, I don't think you're allowed to go to those team like as a high schooler. Because I think
as far as competitively though, do you think the little guy can compete a little easier than like if you walked into that heavyweight against those big guys? Are you could, I mean, you know how to wrestle, right? But do you think, is it a different level? Because they're just bigger, stronger, huge, right?
For sure. Like you said, I mean, there's definitely a strength component to it. But I was watching that. I think you know I can hang with those guys for sure. If not beat them. So I think I'm really confident in my skills and you know my position and my wrestling as a whole. So I feel good. There's definitely a level to it. I'm not you know I know there's a lot of work.
But you got to believe, right? You got to believe.
Right, for sure.
What did I have here? The yeah, and that's one thing that everybody says about you when you ask about the wrestling. They're like, he stays in position very well. Like there's nothing really like he stays in position, and there's something to be said about that, right?
Right. Yeah, that's something I work on a lot with. Like I said, Bryce, you know, we hand fight a lot, try to, you know, get guys out of position. While, you know, that creates a lot of attacks.
So what are some of your goals before heading off to NC State?
So after the season, I want to get this last state title. Team state's coming up, so hopefully we can do well in that. But I think a big goal of mine is junior world team trials coming up. I'd like to make a world team, so that'd be something really, really cool to do. So I'm hoping for that, working for that. But besides that, probably not a whole lot of tournaments after the season. Just I got to report real early, you know, spend the last few weeks or so with my family and friends, getting the
And now that you
finally.
won the 32, there's no reason to go back, right?
Right, right.
Like if you would have run, if you would have came in second last year, you would have probably gone back before you got into college, right? Just to try to
Right,
get it.
right.
You think we'll see you at anything like that, the GFC, anything, or do you think it's going to be state title, world trials, junior trials, and then off to NC State?
Yeah, probably so. I got a report like in the second week of June, so kind of be early. So I'll be trying to get college classes and whatnot and get situated in there in the early summer. So probably not too much.
You think we'll see you right away out there, or do you think you'll redshirt, or have you figured that all out?
We haven't talked too much about it. I think if I'm the best guy, they'll wrestle me, but it's all up to the coaches. If they even if I am the best guy, I mean, they're probably they may if it's up to them, they think maybe I need to just wait another year. It's better for the team, whatever they think. Maybe I get my tail whooped. Who knows? But
Well, you'll get to do some open stuff, right? Even if you're the backup.
right. Even
First year
even
with
if I'm
redshirt.
redshirting or anything, I should be going to some opens because I love competing. So I'm sure we'll
Yeah, because
figure
there was a
something
lot of redshirt kids at the
out.
tournament we were watching. Some of them got their red shirt pulled because COVID kind of knocked people out of
Right,
their teams
right.
and stuff, and that's all craziness.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What is the one matchup going through your high school career, whether it was at the local level in Georgia or nationally? Is there one matchup out there that you always look forward to?
Let me think here. It's not. I guess I can't really point to one. I always like the battles. Me and Hayden Copas had. We always kind of went back and forth. He was a really good kid, super big. Just kind of contrast of styles. But he was always somebody I looked forward to wrestling, just because I knew he was gonna be coming. So I really like wrestling him. But besides that, it's just kind of I try to keep the same approach to every match. Just wrestle hard. Don't really care about the outcome. Just wrestle hard, score points. So.
And what was your did you have a favorite place to wrestle? Whether it was whether it was a local Georgia tournament or it was a national tournament, was there
Yeah.
a tournament every year that you looked on the calendar and said, "Man, I look forward to going there every year"?
I tell you what, I really like Super 32. It's just something about that. You kind of take some time off from freestyle. It's kind of the first tournament back, just like starting this season, and like everyone's there. Like, you know what I mean? So I always look forward to that. Freshman year, me and Caleb Henson. Before that, there was never a freshman that All-American at Super 32. Me and him both did it that year, so we were the first freshman All-American at Super 32 from Georgia. So we did that, and that was pretty cool. But I always look forward to that. And then next year I got second again, and finally won it this year. So it's been a tournament that I really love going to and competing at. There's always great kids, so I'd say that.
Now, who was the one matchup I want to see again is Henson and Johnny Lay. It was so
Oh
close
yeah,
at the grappler two years ago, and they both have obviously gotten better since then. And Henson
for
is number
sure.
one, and I think Lay is number 7 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah,
I remember talking to Henson last year after the GFC. We were at the knockout, and he's like, "Where's Lay?" I'm like, "Well, they're not here." He's like, "Man, I heard he wants it again." And then I talked to Johnny Lay just this weekend, and he's like,
yeah,
"Ward, put it together." I'm like,
yeah,
"Man, I got to figure this out. I got to talk to his coach." I'm like, "What did I say?" I was like, "We'll just call the Boom Ranch, and we'll be like, yo,
yeah,
Boom
yep,
Ranch, you got a mat? I got 2 guys. We'll
yeah,
throw it live, let them go
for
at it,
sure.
right?"
Right.
But 2 great kids, great young men, great competitors. And I know it was a close match there, and that would be awesome. Wouldn't it be? That'd be good to see again, right?
Sure,
Uh,
for sure.
who's the one? Is there a drill partner out there that you've had that you'll say, "Wow, that's somebody that really made a difference in my career"?
I gotta go back to Bryce. He's been there with me pushing me all the time. He beats up on me all the time, but it's good for me. And then Noah, we kind of been partners since we were little kids. He's been coming to Storm, so it's been pretty cool. Something to have somebody of that caliber in Georgia. So since you were young, so
he's pretty decent too.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
Where's he sitting at right now in the ranks?
I think he's 2 or 3 at 220, so he's doing good.
Yeah, he's a little smaller than you, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Man, so you think at NC State Singleton will stay 197, or you think he'll go up, or
I
he
think
goes 220 and you go 285?
I think Singleton. I think he's planning on being a little smaller, like 174-ish guy.
Oh wow, him at that weight would be beastly, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I think he because he bumps up a lot for his high school, just so it makes the team better. But I think he's do well at 174 for sure. I think that's a more natural weight for him.
I'm so wrestling illiterate, so forgive me.
Yeah.
What's the move he likes is where he locks he's got the guy on their side first, and he locks in that leg, and then he like cross faces them, and then he like reaches out and lays them flat, and they're just like this.
Oh yeah. We call that a Superman, just like a Turk kind of Turkish position, and Superman.
Every time I see him wrestle, he puts that on somebody, man.
Yeah.
And once he gets it in, it's night, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you've all 4 years at West Lorenz, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
snap! That's a 10% battery going. My bad.
Oh, wrestling has been your vehicle now. You're going to college, thanks to wrestling. Obviously, your grades too.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell young kids out there right now, boys and girls that are trying to find a sport to get into? Why would you tell them to join wrestling?
I'd say join wrestling because it's it's a good sport just to learn basic principles of life. It teaches you work ethic, responsibility. It's just perseverance, just stuff, good life lessons, because I think I've learned a lot from wrestling. I don't know what it'd be like without wrestling. So I think if you're a parent or somebody, I'd say definitely put your kids in wrestling and, let them enjoy it and make sure they're having fun.
Now going off to college,
Mm.
is there, I know, kids have people, I'm sure there's wrestlers that you've idolized or looked up to, or says, man, I want to be that guy one day. That's your son. Like obviously Spencer Lee is great, but you're not a 125 or 130 pounder, so you're probably not looking at him going,
right,
I want to wrestle Spencer Lee, right?
Right.
But is there, do you think, is there somebody in the college level that you're going to end up like being on the mat across from, and there might be that moment of like, holy shit, I'm getting to wrestle one of my heroes?
Right. Yeah, so I somebody like you said, I look up to a lot is Gable Stevenson. I think he's leaving after this year. He's just been so dominant, since he's been in college. But I think I watched a lot of film like of guys that even like when I was in middle school, they were in high school, top ranked guys, like Trent Hilger, Mason Parrish, all these top ranked guys, Cassiope, all those guys, just like I watched when I was in middle school. I watched their high school. Now I'm in high school, watching their college. Just so like if I did get an opportunity, it would be really cool for me to wrestle one of those guys.
Yeah, or well, I think Wyatt is a senior this year, right?
I'm not sure about his eligibility.
I know because there's a Florida kid right behind him, Matt Kaplan.
Mm-hmm.
That's at Air Force, and I know he's waiting for kind of that spot to open up. But
right.
Yeah, even like that, you're sitting on the sideline calling matches, watching these heavyweights go at it. It got to be pretty cool next year if you're at that tournament as the athlete.
Right.
across from the guy that you just, you were a kid going, wow, look who's wrestling today.
Right.
I've always wondered if that's something that would be to you guys as athletes. That's got to happen. Like you see it in pro football where like there's a rookie playing against Tom Brady and he runs his jersey over to him at the end of the game. Like, can you sign
Right.
up?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
you're in the pros too, but like that's just another level pro, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah, so that's cool. Well, man, I hope I get to run into you several more times. I hope when you go off to college, you let me know where you're wrestling at so I can come shoot photos of you.
Yes,
And
sir.
watch
For
you
sure.
wrestle. And I just wish you all the luck, man. I appreciate you coming on and just kind of BSing with me about wrestling.
Yeah,
It's fun. I
for
know,
sure, man. I appreciate you letting me on.
yeah, being a Georgia kid, I know your dogs are wrestling. They're playing football right now. I
Right.
got
That's
the
right.
game on here. It's only 3-3, so it must be a pretty good game right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure a bunch of your buddies are trying to watch that.
Yeah.
Well,
For
cool,
sure.
man. We'll go win your fourth state title
Yes,
and
sir. That's the plan.
and get out of Georgia and go. There's going to be some great Georgia matchups at states, right? We could see Henson and Killick again, right?
Right. For sure.
Depending on what weights, right? I know that right now at the state level they're at different weights, but
Right.
I think one is going for their third and one is going for their fourth state title. Is that right?
Right. Yes, sir.
Wow, that'd be a great matchup to see.
For sure. For sure.
It wasn't that great at Henson.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. Caleb
I mean, I
kinda-
love Killick, great kid. It was just
Yeah.
that day wasn't his day, right? I mean that.
Right. For sure. For sure.
But I'm sure he's back at the drawing board. I'm sure Reagan's getting him in the room and they're working and they're ready for that matchup again. I mean, a competitor like that, he's got to want it again, right?
Right. For sure. For sure.
So cool. I know all you guys are friends, anyways, off the mat.
Right.
I saw
Right.
you guys all taking photos together, and
Yeah.
I think all of you were there. And you were holding up Henson. Was it Henson?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So that's cool. Well, man, I look forward to seeing all you. It's crazy that I've gotten to know all you guys now at like the high school level.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because I'm starting to see kids over the last 2 years. I've met kids and I'm starting to see them go off into college, like coming to the scuffle and getting to see like RJ Weston was there. And I got to see,
Right.
there's kids, like Castillo. I got to see Bretley Reyna. I got to see Logan Andrew. I got to see Nick Benton. I got to see kids I've had on the show, right? Like it was
Right.
it was pretty cool to go in there. Alec Martin was competing. He was a kid that I had on. I think he wrestled up in Ohio. What's that? There's a school in Ohio that's like a top ranked program.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's kind of cool over the last 2 years getting to meet all you guys, and then now I'm going to get to see another group of you go off to college.
Right.
I'm hoping I get invited again next year to the scuffle, and when I show up, it's all you guys.
Yeah, for sure. For
Because
sure.
I think all you guys are going on, right? Killick is going on, Henson is going on, you're going on, Singleton's moving on. I mean, all you guys are. Everybody I had in that picture just about is
Right.
going off to college.
Right.
Man, I sure hope to get to continue to follow you guys. But I
For
wish
sure.
you all the
For
luck.
sure. Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes.
Enjoy your puppy dog.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
All right, brother. You take care, man. Thank you so much for
Yes,
coming
sir.
on again. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right, see you, buddy.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.